Namaste. Good evening, everyone. I, Sarika Baheti, extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries present here with us and virtually from all across the world for this much awaited curtain raiser event of Plastindia 2022. I'm happy to introduce the dynamic team of Plastindia 22. The managing committee of Plastindia, led by its office bearers, Mr. Jigish Doshi as the president, Mr. Ravish Kamath being the vice president, and Mr. Jayesh Rambia being the treasurer, constituted the enigmatic team headed by Mr. Ajay Shah as the NEC chairman and his team of 8 co-chairmen, Mr. Alok Tibrewala, Mr. Ashok Jajodia, Mr. M.S. Battu, Mr. Manish Dedia, Mr. Manoj R. Shah, Ms. Padmaja Reddy, Mr. Surendra Chaudhary, and Mr. Vikram Bhadoria, supported by another 40 members of the plastics industry as the NEC team with immense experience, reputation, and enthusiasm to put up a great show. आइए इस कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ हम दीप प्रज्वलन से करें. For this, I invite our guest of honor, the Chairman and Managing Director of ITPO, Mr. L.C. Goyal, the President of Plastindia Foundation, Mr. Jigish Doshi, the NEC Chairman, Mr. Ajay Shah, Vice President, Mr. Ravish Kamath, and the Treasurer, Mr. Jayesh Rambia, to preside this auspicious ceremony.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the divine blessings, I would now like to take it forward by going back to the history of Plastindia Foundation.
Plastindia Foundation, an apex body of plastics industry, was founded in 1987 by 7 major organizations: IPMA, OPPI, IPP, IPF, GSPMA, Plex Council, and CIPET. It is highly commendable how a sincere team with stalwarts from within the plastic fraternity helped make Plastindia such a broad spectrum show of the Indian plastics industry. Supported by the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, and international organizations like Euromap and Messe Düsseldorf since the first exhibition, Plastindia series of exhibitions continue being marked as important dates in corporate calendars across the world, providing investors and industrialists with a doorway to global markets. Plastindia exhibition and conferences held every 3 years. Its journey began with its first exhibition in 1990 at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi. Usually organized in the first or second week of February, the exhibition could not be held in February this year due to the global pandemic. Yet, it is remarkable how the plastics industry achieved nationwide progress even during the most difficult times. With an initial successful start in 1990, with an area of 19,600 square meters and 486 exhibitors from 15 countries, it grew substantially year after year, touching 150,000 square meters area and 2,000 exhibitors from 40 countries in the last exhibition. The visitors' footfall at Plastindia exhibition has always been record-breaking and one of the largest in the world. It attracted over 245,000 visitors in the last exhibition. Plastindia Foundation has been awarded as the best B2B exhibition organizer in India. Plastindia promotes the Indian goods in the world market by organizing reverse buyer-seller meets. Undoubtedly, plastics play an important role in today's world, like in medical, pharma, and healthcare, agriculture, sports, automotives, 3D printing and packaging, etc. At the same time, Plastindia Foundation plays a responsible role in spreading awareness about taking care of our environment. It spreads knowledge on sustainable growth through innovative technologies and reusing and recycling plastics. Environment-friendly efforts are showcased at the theme parks and recycling pavilion and renewable energy at the solar pavilion. Plastindia Foundation is proud to have entered the Guinness Book of World Records in 2018 for manufacturing the world's largest t-shirt made out of recycled plastics. The brand Plastindia brings the world together to experience the best producers, manufacturers, processors, machinery makers, technocrats, and suppliers all together under one umbrella in India. Colleges and universities look forward to Plastindia to educate and train the next generation in the field of plastics. I'm sure with all this information, you're not surprised that Plastindia is looked up to as the largest plastics exhibition in the Asia Pacific region and the third largest exhibition in the world. 10 exhibitions old, Plastindia has grown into a global experience by transforming and empowering big and small businesses with the stamina to compete during tough economic times. After two successful exhibitions in Gujarat, its comeback to New Delhi is much awaited. The credit for such a remarkable history of Plastindia exhibitions from 1990 to 2018 goes to the powerful teams of Plastindia Foundation who continue strongly with the objective to promote the sustainable development of plastics industry. We look forward for your continued trust and support to contribute to our country's economic growth. Thank you.
We are privileged to have Mr. Jigish Doshi as the current president of Plastindia Foundation. Mr. Jigish Doshi is a chemical engineer with more than 30 years of experience in the manufacturing of various plastics products. He began his career in 1981 and successfully established Vishakha Group in 2001. He has also been actively associated with various prestigious industry associations to promote the growth of the plastics industry. He has been a recipient of several prestigious awards. I request Mr. Jigish Doshi to speak a few words at this curtain raiser event of Plastindia 2022.
Thank you, Sarika ji. Respected Sri Goyal Sahib and fraternity from our industry. Namaste. I am sure that Plastindia exhibitions have touched our business positively. Enough has been said and understood of the great role of the plastics has played in fighting the pandemic. Kudos to this wonder material and to the untiring efforts of our frontline health workers also. Mankind will always remain indebted to them. Talking about the pandemic, it has had its impact. But our resilient industry has functioned amazingly and performed extremely well within the pandemic too. In our minds, there are a lot of questions about the third wave. A lot would be clear maybe in the next 60 to 90 days. The way we have handled the spike of April, May, and given the increasing speed of vaccinations, there is a strong possibility that even if the third wave comes, its magnitude and severity could be less. I personally see a new pitch in industrial growth and positivity post-October 2021. Let us all be prepared to capitalize this growth opportunity. Let us be all prepared for Plastindia 2022 that promises to provide the desired push for the growth. And the first international plastics exhibition in 2022. I take this opportunity to update you that your exhibitions Plastindia 2022 has received an overwhelming response. Thank you so much for that. As we head towards a full house, but those who have not yet booked, please urgently contact the Plastindia booking team. I will reiterate here, though it seems highly unlikely, yet just in case, the pandemic situation foresees another change in the date for the event. Your booking amounts will not go a waste. Rest assured, it is safe in a Plastindia. This is your event to help your profits. Plastindia is for the industries and by the industry. The aim of Plastindia is not to make profit, but to work tirelessly to strengthen the plastic industry. Maybe some have concerns regarding the global presence at the show due to the pandemic. If we see the situations from today itself, that is a 15 July, a lot of countries globally are opening up their borders and their approach will continue to gain momentum every passing week. So after October, the global scenario may be very different. It will see increased mobility globally. In fact, remarks by President Joe Biden celebrating the US Independence Day very well highlighted the independence from COVID-19. That is the sentiment prevailing today. Even though things look to settle down, I will urge each one of us follow the COVID appropriate behavior, get vaccinated, and abide by all rules set by the government. The fantastic vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, of Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat will give a significant boost to Indian manufacturers. Through Plastindia exhibitions, we will play major role in helping the country to make its dreams come true. At Plastindia 2022, we will continue to innovate by our products and processes. New pavilions, emphasis on MSMEs, solar, renewable, and recycling, and much more. You are all important stakeholders of this industry, and the industry looks forward to meeting you at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi, Plastindia 2022. सर, मंजिलें उन्हें मिलती हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है, पंख से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसले से उड़ान होती है. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Now, it is time to unveil the brochure of Plastindia 22. I request our guest of honor and esteemed members to do the honors. Ms. Padmaja Reddy, Chairperson Promotions Committee of Plastindia Foundation, is the Managing Director of Padmaja Polymers Private Limited. She is the only woman leader in woven sacks industry. I request her to present the promotion film of PI 22.
Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome from me as well as the promotion committee. And I thank each one of you for attending today's evening. A special thanks to our guest, the ITPO CMD, Mr. Goyalji. As you're all aware, Plastindia is a mother of all exhibitions. It is just not a B2B or B2C exhibition. It is a platform where all the plastic leaders, the entire fraternity of plastics, come together and meet once in 3 years to exchange notes, to go back with ideas. And not only that, there is a bonding of brotherhood. So to ensure this journey of yours is memorable, fruitful, and safe, we at Plastindia are doing our best and putting our best foot out with the line, Delhi is calling. So let me invite all of you to join us to launch the promotion film of Plastindia 2022, which showcases the different avatars and applications of plastics, the new technologies and innovations that are happening in this field globally, and also the growth opportunities which are available and which we can use to leverage Brand India globally. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a curtain raiser for all of you.
Change is the only constant. Change opens doors of progress. Progress transforms humanity and creates milestones for mankind. In order to bring in progress, we need to innovate. It's the innovations that helps us sustain, expand our horizons, and give wings to our aspirations. Innovate, sustain, grow. India has been the epicenter of innovations since the ancient times. Original ideas and ingenious implementation, often with frugal means, have defined the country and positioned us as global thought leaders. The youngest country in the world is filled with innovations, excellent human resource, and state-of-the-art infrastructure. During the trying times of COVID, breaking all rules of the game, India made history by emerging as an attractive durable investment destination with record $25 billion net FDI inflows. Over the years, FDI inflows have raised the competitive level in the country, thereby raising the standards of research and development, that is R&D requirements. Programs like Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat Innovate Challenge, Make in India, Vocal for Local, Atal Innovation Challenges have rationalized and expedited the investment processes in the country. These challenges could reinvigorate depleted ecosystems and obsolete technologies.
Dear friends, Plastindia 2022 is to support the Honorable Prime Minister's dream and vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India, is providing a great boost to the domestic manufacturing industry. Is committed to Make in India is a preferred sourcing base in plastic products for the entire world.
Innovate, sustain, grow. Plastic has been a blessing for various industries and a blue-eyed boy for manufacturers across verticals. A major contributor to the economy, brings in unparalleled ease of living to mankind. The contribution of plastics towards the ease of life is not only commendable but revolutionary as well. Plastic works like hand in gloves with the modern lifestyle. No one can ignore the manifold participation of plastic in our daily lives. From construction material to medical equipment, plastics are omnipresent. To tackle the COVID-19 pandemic, India became Atmanirbhar in no time by producing PPE kits, face masks, syringes, swabs and other medical products made of plastics. Being the fastest growing economy, Indian plastics industry is emerging as one of the fastest growing global markets with 12% growth rate. New innovations such as bioplastics and nanoparticles have revolutionized the packaging industry with its commitment towards sustainability. Plastic is an important cog for driving the economy as well. The industry is likely to play a significant role in helping government to achieve its goal. Innovate, sustain, grow. That's the motto of Plastindia 2022. Plastindia, a triennial celebration of plastics where the thought leaders and industry partners congregate to envisage a better future and build a better world around us. The largest in India and the third largest plastic exhibition in the world is back to nation's capital, New Delhi, the most preferred city by Plastindia's exhibitors and visitors. The newly revamped International Exhibition and Convention Centre at Pragati Maidan is the home for Plastindia 2022. The 11th Plastindia exhibition will be held from 17th to 21st February 2022.
Plastindia 2022 will bring the entire plastic fraternity under one umbrella for the growth of the industry. Come and expand your horizon. Display your products and services. Explore various marketing opportunities. Study sales potential and transform your organization into an empowered business.
The Mega Exhibition Centre, having more than 4 million square feet of built-up area, has state-of-the-art exhibition halls, ultra-modern convention centre and amphitheatre. There is ample car parking space to accommodate around 5,000 cars within the exhibition ground. The show will host 2,000 plus exhibitors on 150,000 square metre area and will witness a footfall of more than 2 lakh visitors. The city is the centre of major activities with convenient connectivity by road, rail, bus and air transport from all over India and having direct flights from 50 plus countries over the globe. Pragati Maidan is easy to reach for exhibitors and visitors by metro rail, cabs, buses and cars within New Delhi. New Delhi has the distinction to offer all range of hotels to the travellers, from low budget to high-end star hotels in large number. With attractive tourist destinations within close proximity from New Delhi, Plastindia 2022 offers great opportunity to our exhibitors and visitors to spend few extra days at New Delhi. This 5 days Plastics Carnival is an ideal platform for exhibitors and plastic enthusiasts. Opportunities Gala at Plastindia 2022. Take your products and services to thousands of potential customers from across the globe. Expand your network, meet customers and interact with industry leaders. Grab this opportunity to witness the latest development and innovations in plastic machineries, ancillaries, raw materials, finished products and much more. Explore business and investment opportunities. Enhance brand awareness. Create partnerships for joint ventures and tie-ups. Build business alliances. The significance of the digital shadow of processing processes for the prediction and optimization of part quality and process flow is constantly increasing. This Industry 4.0 digital upgrade will be the foundation for many exciting developments in the years ahead.
For the plastic industry, Plastindia 2022 that will provide the largest and globally the most respected storefront to showcase your product and ability to the world. Let's come together and innovate a better world with sustainable growth.
Let's take a look at the journey of this exhibition that spans more than 3 decades. The exhibition has grown at an exponential rate, having 528 exhibitors in 1990, its first edition, to a global phenomenon graced by 1,800 plus exhibitors from domestic and 40 plus countries in 2018. Plastindia Foundation was established in 1987. It's the apex body of major associations, organizations and institutions connected with plastics, with common objectives to promote the development of plastic industry and to assist the growth of plastics.
Keeping in mind the COVID-19 situation, we shall be taking utmost care and precautions for the safety and well-being of the exhibitors and the visitors. I welcome the exhibitors to participate and the visitors to attend this mega and world-class event. Please join us at Plastindia 2022.
We roll out the carpets and embrace the carnival that has proven to be a storied event in every edition. Blast India 2022 will be an event which will propel the growth of plastics industry in India and place India on the world map as the top sourcing country. Let's come together and innovate a better world with sustainable growth. Blast India 2022. Innovate, sustain, grow.
We are privileged to have Mr. Ajay Shah on board as Plast India 22's National Executive Committee's chairman. Mr. Ajay Shah graduated from IIT Kanpur in 1981 as a chemical engineer, followed with a master's in financial management from Bombay University. His professional career spanned over 40 years in the polymers and chemicals industry, has been in renowned organizations, namely Nossel and Reliance Industries Limited. He has also had an international experience with Shell Chemicals in The Hague, Netherlands. I request Mr. Ajay Shah to speak on the current scenario of Indian economy and plastics industry.
Thank you, Sarika, and a very warm welcome once again to respected Shri Goel, CMD ITPO, my colleagues at Plast India, my friends in the industry, ladies and gentlemen. Before I move to my short presentation, I would just like to share with you the current booking status for the forthcoming exhibition. Pleased to say that the currently committed space that we have is fully booked together with financial commitments from our exhibitors. We have recently requested ITPO to provide additional space, and with this additional space, the net exhibition area would be larger than any previous Plast India. Could I have the next slide, please? Yeah, next. Let me start by reiterating the immense growth potential this country provides. I will restrict it to petrochemicals arena for paucity of time. The Indian petrochemicals market is estimated to be worth $178 billion in 2020. At the estimated growth rate of 11%, the petrochemicals market is expected to grow to $300 billion in the next 5 years. To bridge the growing demand-supply gap, new projects worth nearly $87 billion are under consideration for India alone. Around 11 of these projects, worth around $17 billion, are scheduled to be completed by 2024. And they are already in the advanced stage of engineering and construction. The major among them are the HPCL refinery cum petrochemical complex at Barmer and the new cracker of HMEL at Bathinda. Some of the key growth drivers that are driving this are the low per capita consumption, increasing export demand, and supported by the various Government of India initiatives aimed to boost both domestic demand and exports. These initiatives are like the Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, Zero Effect and Zero Defect initiatives, and many more such initiatives that the government has rolled out. Could I have the next slide, please? The GDP growth on purchasing power parity has been extremely steady in the past decade, and India was on the verge of crossing the $1 trillion mark when COVID struck. Unfortunately, that slowed down the growth. However, we have seen sustained growth between 6 and 9% for the preceding 5 years before COVID. It is strongly believed that the growth will return and the $1 trillion USD mark of the economy will be crossed soon. Hence, strong recovery and growth would continue in the long term and will make India one of the fastest growing economies globally. This hence becomes a country of opportunities and cannot be neglected by any significant major player globally. Could I have the next slide, please? Despite the shrinkage in the Indian economy due to COVID, the plastic industry showed remarkable resilience with sustenance of all commodity polymers in volume terms. In fact, the polyolefins plastics grew even in these adverse conditions, reflecting the true utility of these materials in the pandemic period. We can safely say that improved health, hygiene, together with convenient packaging due to the various polymers, helped us navigate this crisis better. Next slide, please. On the export front, there is a very similar story. And here too, we expect a very strong recovery. And it is projected that in the year 21-22, we would again breach the previous high mark of exports and clock more than 12 billion US dollars of polymer goods and finished products exports. Next slide, please. Employment has been a major concern both in the pre-COVID and the post-COVID world. It is imperative that reskilling and employment are addressed and tackled well to ensure sustained growth. Here too, the polymer value chain continues to widen its employment base, providing ever increasing opportunities to technically and scientifically skilled labor, and also the unskilled labor in a sense. This, what I'm projecting, is only non-project related, and the various projects that I referred to earlier would provide even more additional employment in the short term for various laborers and the workforce. Next slide. The polymer industry growth drivers are strong on various counts. Just to mention a few, at 13.6 kilograms per capita consumption of virgin polymer against a global average of 30 kilograms provides a huge opportunity, and together with the aspiring and demographically favorable society, we can see that there is immense potential for polymers to grow in the near term. The large emphasis on health and hygiene recently also provides a huge opportunity for medical plastics. Currently, medical plastics are valued at about 25 billion globally and expected to grow at 7.5%. Whereas the Indian market currently is only $173 million. But this is expected to grow twice the global rate. And in Indian, the medical plastics are expected to grow at over 15%. Besides this, Plastindia 22, the theme of Innovate, Sustain and Grow will provide opportunity for all to learn about the latest trends in recycling, reuse, and on biodegradable plastics and various recyclable products. Further, the industry trends on new product designs in automotive, e-commerce, consumer packs, 3D printing, digitalization will be showcased with a chance to interact with leaders in this space. Next slide. On the basis of the increased area that will be confirmed by ITPO, we now have about 7,000 square meters available for domestic exhibitors, as we reserve the balance from the strong interest that we have from our international partners and exhibitors. Hence, would urge undecided exhibitors to confirm their booking early to prevent any future disappointment. Before I end, let me spend some time on the evolving COVID situation to address any uncertainty in the minds of the exhibitors or visitors. Next slide, please. Thank you. No, the previous one. India is slowly but surely getting back to some level of normalcy. We are observing that the government's vaccination program has gained significant momentum in the last few weeks, and a majority of the adult population will be covered by the end of this year, that is December 2021. With simultaneous progress in the global vaccination drive, we believe that international travel is also likely to resume and rise steadily. Hence, by early next year and before the dates of Plastindia 2022, a near normal situation is likely to prevail. And we at Plastindia are focusing our energies in providing a world-class, unique, and a safe experience for all our exhibitors and visitors. Thank you for the patient hearing and hope to see you all at Plastindia 2022 in February next year.
Our guest of honor, Mr. L.C. Goyal, has been a member of India Administrative Services. With a very distinguished career, he retired as the Union Home Secretary in 2015. Since then, he has been the chairman and managing director of ITPO, which owns the landmark exhibition and convention venue of Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Pragati Maidan is currently undergoing a massive revamp under his guidance. His support to expedite the work for Plastindia Foundation is highly appreciated. I request Mr. L.C. Goyal to address the gathering.
Good afternoon to everybody, or I would also say good morning to some of our participants in this curtain raiser event, which of course is virtual. I mean, I wish we could have been physical, but sooner than later we would certainly be physical. I am extremely happy to participate in this program, and I really express my sincere gratitude to the honorable members of Plastindia Foundation for inviting me to this event. In fact, Mr. Jigish Doshi and Mr. Ajay Shah, they were very, very particular that I should be attending. And I had no heart or mind to disappoint them. Now I know the importance of Plastindia show, which has been held once in 3 years, I was told just now, since 1990. There could have been an event in 2021, but that wasn't possible because of the pandemic situation that we are facing, which has now been rescheduled in February 2022. I also find that Plastindia show is highly acclaimed, not only within the country, but globally. And it occupies a prominent place in the global calendar of events. I couldn't be more delighted and privileged that Plastindia show is coming back to Pragati Maidan after I think gaps of 2 editions, I think which were held at Gandhinagar in Gujarat. I only hope that people in Gandhinagar don't feel bad about it, and some other people who are there. I find Plastindia and Pragati Maidan for 8 editions were kind of synonymous with each other. The event was being held at Pragati Maidan once in 3 years, and it's coming back. I mean, nothing can be more delightful than this, as far as I am concerned. Let me also talk about the current focus and importance that is being given by the present government in terms of exhibition and convention industry as such. I remember in December 2015, I had a meeting with the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. He told me that Pragati Maidan is due for a complete revamp, and you have to do this. How much time do you want to do this? So I told him 3 to 4 years. Then we started working on it, and then today we are in the midst of implementing a very, very mega project. This project started on a very, very small scale, but then it went on expanding. I wasn't very happy with the scale, but today, you won't believe, I am building 4.2 million square feet built up area. And it's a huge project. In fact, it's not one project, it is as good as 16 projects happening concurrently. I have a very large, gigantic, state-of-the-art, iconic convention center with aggregate capacity of nearly 12,000 people. And in one single format, I'll have 7,500 people sitting next to each other. And this will be among the best in the world. I mean, I can easily and safely say so. And when it comes up, you would see all of it. Besides, we have 6 state-of-the-art modern exhibition halls with a total built-up area of 140,000 square meters. Exact exhibition space would be 100,000 square meters. Out of this, 60,000 square meters is ready for use. And another 25,000 square meters would be functional by the end of this year. Besides, I have old exhibition halls comprising 23,000 square meters of area. New halls and old halls will be seamlessly integrated. And we would refurbish the old halls if required, wherever required. And we will ensure all the auxiliary facilities like power load, compressed air, water, whatever. Let me make it absolutely clear that I am not here to make money. I only want Plastindia to take place at Pragati Maidan in its new format in February 2022. And whatever I can walk the extra mile, you will not find me wanting in doing so. Therefore, this is a facility. Somebody mentioned about the basement parking. I mean, it's a huge basement parking. I mean, it is equal to 168,000 square meters, 43 acres of land, single level basement parking, which will accommodate 4,800 vehicles to be precise. Then, more importantly, not many people are aware of that. I have simultaneously taken up comprehensive traffic solutions in and around Pragati Maidan. You will find Mathura Road will be signal free. There will be no signal lights out there. Bhairav Marg will be signal free. The intersection of Bhairav Marg and Ring Road will also vanish. 1/4 of the total project cost is being spent on these comprehensive solutions, which will improve significantly the access to Pragati Maidan from both Mathura Road as well as Bhairav Marg. And all this is going to get commissioned before the end of September this year. Therefore, again, let me assure all of you and all the participants that Plastindia 2022 will be a new experience, and I'll make it as wonderful and pleasant as it could be. And I will not hesitate in taking certain decisions which will make it happen that way. We have passed through a very difficult time. In fact, the entire exhibition industry has passed through a very difficult time for the last 1.5 years because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But I'm sure the exhibition industry has the resilience and the capacity to come out of it even stronger and even more confident. And I must also supplement what was mentioned in the presentation here. The Government of India, under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has taken all necessary steps to deal with the situation. India has rolled out the world's largest vaccination program. Even as we talk, 39 crore, which means 390 million people have already been vaccinated. And I have no doubt in my mind that before the end of December this year, we would have vaccinated nearly 1 billion people. Therefore, if at all there is any third wave, we are very much there to deal with that. Once people are vaccinated, I mean, the extent of risk almost disappears. So that should not come in the way of the event being held in February next year. Even international travel, mobility will improve, growth impulses will improve. I'm sure the event will be really very successful. And just now I have seen the commitment and enthusiasm of all the eminent members of Plastindia Foundation. With this kind of commitment and enthusiasm, I see no possibility that the event will not be successful. It will be highly, highly successful. And I am here to lay a red carpet for all of you to come and have a feel of the new Pragati Maidan in February 2022. I wish you all the very best in your endeavors. Thank you.
Sir, thank you very much for your kind word.
Thank you, Mr. Goyal. With your continued support, we feel surer of the grand success of the upcoming Plastindia exhibition. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Vikram Bhadoria, the chairman of the grounds batches. He is
A very good afternoon to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. As the chairman of the Grounds Committee for Plastindia 2022, me and my teammates extend a warm welcome to you. We have been visiting the Pragati Maidan grounds for more than 20 months now, and we consider ourselves very lucky to have been a part of this journey of Pragati Maidan redevelopment. And it is a matter of pride for all of us to have seen the evolution of what is truly the bedrock of a modern industrialized India. Any project the size and magnitude of Pragati Maidan is a challenge to begin with, that too in a bustling megapolis like New Delhi. Throw in a once-in-a-century pandemic and your best laid plans will go awry. But I salute the workers and officers involved in this project who have been working tirelessly, undaunted by what are one of the most difficult times in our living memories. I realize that these are very difficult times and very uncertain times for all of us. And a lot of you will have doubts and questions in your mind regarding the readiness of the grounds as well as the looming cloud of COVID. I can assure you that all agencies involved are working in step with the Plastindia Foundation to have the grounds ready and welcome us for the Plastindia 2022. It is our belief that with the bulk of the population vaccinated, COVID will be on the wane by December. Nonetheless, the grounds are being readied and being prepared with all COVID safety protocols in place. I'm an avid reader of history, and one of the things that I read and admire repeatedly in the histories of all civilization is human resilience. Whenever adversity has struck us down, we have always rebounded with greater zeal. In the current circumstances too, I believe that this adversity will flower newer opportunities. History stands witness that wars, famines, pandemics, all have been followed by renewed economic activity that surpasses the pre-event levels by many times. A post-pandemic boom is in the waiting. We will see an entrepreneurial bifurcation very soon. Those who adapt to the new normal, those who ideate afresh, will survive and thrive. They will ride this boom. Those who fail to adapt, they will stagnate. I want to leave you with an old adage as I end my talk. Calm seas never made for a good sailor. If there was a time to innovate, sustain, and grow, it is now, my friends. We at the Plastindia Foundation look forward to welcoming you at the Pragati Maidan very soon. There is a short film that was shot last week at the Pragati Maidan grounds, and please do watch the evolution of your favorite exhibition ground now. Thank you.
As the horizon fills up with the early rays of the sun, this iconic symbol of progressive India lights up with a new dawn of hope. Situated in the heart of the capital city of New Delhi is Pragati Maidan, busy donning herself with state-of-the-art facilities to host the 11th International Plastic Exhibition, Conference and Convention, Plastindia 2022. Spread across 150 acres, the ground is centrally located with prime neighbouring institutions like the Lutyens Delhi, Supreme Court and Purana Killa. The Yamuna Metro line connects the ground to the rest of Delhi. A project helmed together by the ITPO, Pragati Maidan is strategically divided into two major parts. Halls 7 to 11 are situated towards the eastern end of the ground, sitting pretty in the middle of lush greens and arched trees. These charming old halls are connected to each other to create vastness of space and possibilities. And stretching towards the west end of the grounds reveals this stunning architectural beauty of the new halls. The exteriors gleam in the sun and reach the skies, with earthy colors making the halls look like an extension of Mother Earth. As you enter the doors, the interiors transport you to a whole different world. With a foyer area of 2,835 square meters, the space lends beautifully for all pre-function activities. As you pull the doors, the space merges and connects the halls, stretching up to a floor-to-floor height of 14 meters. The space extends beyond what the eye can see. Well lit and ventilated, these halls open up a sea of opportunities for exhibitors and customers to innovate, sustain and grow limitlessly. With large collapsible doors that unfold to reveal the next hall, structurally this space lends itself completely to the exhibitor's imagination, opening up a vast field of possibilities and functionalities. As you go further, the facilities are centrally located at each hall for men, women and a separate section for the handicapped. As you step back out, you will find a line of elevators for quick use. There are also escalators connecting each floor of the halls. Back outside, the stunning walkways that lead you to the adjacent halls also section out into amphitheaters that can seat up to 900 people each. There is also a designated underground parking that can accommodate up to 4,800 cars and 250 buses. Pragati Maidan is swiftly transforming into a powerful structure, massive in its capacity and fortified with the best in technology, ready to host Plastindia 2022. See you there.
Mr. Vikram Bhadoria's special effort to show the actual progress at Pragati Maidan with this recently recorded film is commendable. This has given us quite a realistic and positive picture, making us all gear up faster for Plastindia 22. As we proceed, I'm excited to share the voice of industry. I seek your continued attention to these messages from the Indian stalwarts, sponsors, and international partners from the plastics fraternity, to whom we are thankful for being our strong support system and guiding light.
It is a great pleasure for me to be face to face, although virtually, for the launch of 11th edition of Plastindia 2022. It is my pleasure to also thank and greet the invited dignitaries, the government officials and officials from Pragati Maidan, as well as all the stakeholders from plastic industry, be it the petrochemical sector, the machinery manufacturers, as well as the processors. This exhibition is going to be held from 17th to 22nd February 2022 at the renovated Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. It was a long-awaited renovation of the Pragati Maidan, and I am sure the office bearers there have not only improved the physical infrastructure, but also the customer friendliness that goes very well along with it. Plastics, as we all know, touches the human lives in so many ways, right from bringing in next green revolution by way of all the apparatus that industry makes for irrigation and saving the water, and the recent experience that we all painfully witnessed about the pandemic, where the plastics came in to help us to reduce the spread and also provide the armor for the frontline health workers, and many more ways that the plastic touches our lives. Yes, we are also aware of the fact that plastics have earned the bad name, which is partially true, but that's not all that bad as what is made out to be. To support this point of view, I would recommend each and every one of you to watch a documentary on Netflix, which is an OTT platform. The name of the documentary is Seas Piracy. Seas as in Samudra. Seas Piracy. That would tell you which part of plastic is a larger villain than what is made out to be for plastics in general. As the practice goes for any Plastindia exhibition, the industry stalwarts, the professionals, the managing committee, the National Executive Committee and various other committees do all the heavy lifting to make the Plastindia exhibition a huge success. And I am sure that 11th edition in 2022 will not only meet but also exceed all the previous editions' expectations. And I do wish the Plastindia 2022 to be a huge success, which shall bring in and rejuvenate the somber mood that the world has faced in last 1.5 years until February 2022. That shall energize or re-energize the whole sector and all the stakeholders. I wish you all the very best. Stay safe, stay healthy. Jai Hind.
A very good afternoon to all of you. I pray to Lord Almighty that all of you and your families are well and safe. The past 18 months have posed very unprecedented challenges. These challenging times have been a divine test of our will, patience, and innate humanity. However, in these times, plastics have emerged as a solution provider from pollution creators, whether it be vials, syringes, PPEs, N95 masks, or separators. So, there is also an opportunity in these pandemic. Look at the world. We have seen the oil price go from $10 to above $70. This volatility has given us huge margins, huge opportunity to grow, as well as enormous crisis and lots of uncertainties. However, let's look at the better side. As we look at the world going forward, the world is becoming a sustainable and a responsible world. We need to embrace this change wholeheartedly. The world is going to a carbon-free world full of renewables, which is going to reduce the cost of power, which is a blessing in disguise for the plastic industry. Lower cost of power is going to open up new end uses, both in India and abroad. On the back of that, India can become a hub, a processing hub for downstream plastic industry, and will be, I believe, there will be a golden decade of growth going forward. Plastindia Foundation has done enormous work for promotion of plastics, and it's a premier event to showcase our products and our capabilities. It is keeping India's flag high in the world of plastics. As we approach the next Plastindia, I wish the Plastindia Foundation and all of you all the best. Thank you.
I'm delighted to be part of the curtain raising ceremony of Plastindia 22, which is being held in Delhi after placing 2 exhibitions to Ahmedabad. This Plastindia is being organized under the great leadership of friends like Jagish Bhai, Ajay Shah Saab, Padma ji as the chairperson of promotion committee, and who are very fortunate to have the guidance and advice from the NAB chairman, Mr. Ashok Goyal. I know that for sure because he was my boss in 2012, Plastindia Delhi, and I know how much valuable advice and guidance I got at that time from him. The Plastindia was starting in 1990, remained for 15 years the third most important exhibition after KNNPE, but because of the lack of a good fairground or big fairground and the growth of China's plastic industry became smaller than China Plus, where China Plus grew manifold. Though remained third because NP has become fourth, but still we are today in Plastindia much behind China Plast. And this change of Pragati Maidan's structure, the new halls, I hope will be able to bring Plastindia back to a real competitor to China Plast. This will happen only if all the members of plastic fraternity, that is raw material producers, processors and machine builders, come under one umbrella of the under Plastindia Foundation, and exhibitions across the country take place under the overall banner and of Plastindia Foundation as a one united exhibition body. I commit my full support to Plastindia 22 and give my best wishes to the very successful and impressive event.
Maidan, New Delhi in February 2022. We are confident that in the newly built exhibition complex at Delhi, we will have several innovative features which will add great value to the exhibitor and visitor. The Indian economy is having good export inquiry nowadays. The world is looking forward to import more and more products from India. We are confident that this exhibition will boost the production of plastic machinery, mold, ancillary equipment, raw material and product which will be outsourced from India for the world market. We wish the exhibition roaring success.
My best wishes to Plastindia for the upcoming Plastindia in February 2022. It has been a challenging times over last year and a half or so. A lot of things have changed. A new normal has emerged for work, for play, for health, for family, for friends, for business. Everything of life has changed and a new normal is slowly emerging. But in all this, the new normal is going to give a challenge to our plastic industry, and that we have to be aware and we have to organize by getting it together, all together, to face the reality of plastic pollution and recycling, which is still getting a bad name despite plastic have shown its benefits for health in this pandemic. But that is how the new normal is, and we'll have to learn to deal with it. I'm sure at Plastindia 2022, we will see some solutions, we will see some action in this line by the exhibitors, and I wish everybody all the best. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, we are passing through a very difficult time, this pandemic time. Like you, I'm also very proud to be associated with this polymer sector. This sector, especially in medical sector and packaging, has come as a savior during this pandemic time. There is a huge opportunity, especially in the manufacturing sector in India. With your commitment, with your determination and the passion which I have seen, along with the government support, we can do wonders in this sector. In HMEL, we are setting up a world-scale petrochemical plant which is costing over $3 billion. There is one more opportunity to aid circular economy. This polymer sector can do wonders in recycling, upcycling, reuse. This Plastindia 22, I wish a grand success and wish each of the participants and exhibitors the very best. Thank you.
Such heartwarming messages are always so motivating. Now, I invite Mr. Jayesh Rambia, who is holding a key responsibility as the Treasurer of Plastindia. He has held the position of a director at Premson's Plastics Private Limited and recently with Fine Line Circuits Limited. I request Mr. Jayesh Rambia to say a few words.
Hi, I'm future positive on India. Would love to share logic behind my enthusiasm. Look at GST collected in March 21. $16.5 billion, highest ever. Look at e-way bill filed in the month of June. After 20th June, every day businesses are filing 2 million e-way bill, showing good recovery from second wave. Our export is also booming compared to pre-pandemic level, 18% higher. World is choosing to diversify its sourcing to de-risk the global supply chain, and is doing well for India. World is also investing into India. Reliance, leading the pack, got $15 billion investment from 11 deals, and that set the ball rolling. In June 21, 28,000 crores is invested into our stock market by foreign investors. From January to June, $12 billion have been invested into Indian startups, and several other investment shows the faith world has in Indian growth story. Also opportunity India. Different surveys recently done, CII-CO survey says that effect of pandemic lockdown on economy was very minimal, so a swift recovery is expected. KPMG report says 60% of those surveyed want to give preference to made in India goods. McKinsey survey says that due to women empowerment, consumption would further increase. All these stories are sounding too good for India. Our youth is well connected. Average age of India is 28.4 years only, with 60% population from 15 to 59 years age band. We have nearly 1.17 billion mobile users, 560 million net users. Our online exposure has led to consumption on steroid. Most popular car models have been sold out. You need to wait from 4 to 10 months to buy a decent car. The valuation of digital platforms serving youth like Zomato is 60,000 crores. Be ready to invest ahead of the curve. It's our national duty to meet consumer demand and create jobs for our youth. Come and join your own show, Plastindia, to capture the growth. Welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Ravish Kamath, the current Vice President of Plastindia Foundation, is the founder CEO of Big Bags International Private Limited. Mr. Ravish Kamath was the founder president of IFI-BCA, the immediate past chairman of the Plex Council, and the past president of AIF-TMA. I request Mr. Ravish Kamath to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sarika ji. A very good afternoon to all of you. Shri L.C. Goyal ji, CMD, ITPO, stalwarts and colleagues from the industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We are grateful to you all for having taken time out of your busy schedule to attend this virtual curtain raiser of our mega event Plastindia 2022 at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi, scheduled to be held between the 17th to 21st of February 2022. With this virtual launch of Plastindia 2022, we now have a huge challenge that lies ahead in meeting the expectations of both the exhibitors and visitors. We are totally geared up for the same. We are sure that with the all-round support from the industry, together we will make Plastindia 2022 a grand success. On my personal behalf and on the behalf of the members of the Managing Committee of Plastindia Foundation, NAB Chairman Shri Ashok Goyal ji, NEC Chairman Shri Ajay Shah ji, Plastindia President Shri Jigesh Doshi ji, and the esteemed members of the 2022 NEC team, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Shri L.C. Goyal, CMD ITPO. I also thank the esteemed sponsors of Plastindia 2022 and all the members of the plastic fraternity for attending this momentous event. We at Plastindia Foundation welcome you all to Plastindia 2022 and look forward to your wholehearted support. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Awaited exhibition. With that note of thanks, it's time to say cheers and look forward for this renowned and most awaited exhibition, Plastindia, which is run by the industry for the industry. The team is all geared up, the stage is set, the venue is getting ready to deliver an exemplary show. And this is our commitment, not only to you, but to the entire plastics fraternity across the world. We now leave you with words of encouragement of our past presidents and stalwarts as they wish us well for the Plastindia 2022.
JKSJ, in this period of great uncertainties and unprecedented challenges, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that President Sir, under your able and dynamic leadership and dedicated team members, Plastindia 22 will be a great success, a splendid event. Wish you all the best, sir.
As an active team member of Plastindia Foundation, almost 17 years, I feel my role in financially strengthening the founder members and securing a decent, internationally acceptable office premises have been important.
Plastindia 22 is going to be the most memorable event, and I wish to congratulate all exhibitors, organizers, President, NAB, NEC Chairman, their team and Managing Committee of Plastindia. All the best.
Plastindia, an international plastic exhibition, is must for all, those who are in plastic industry and wants to be in plastic industry. It provides oxygen for growth and increases the vision for the future. So I see you all, my friends, at Plastindia Delhi next year.
Namaskar, and we welcome you all to the curtain raiser of Plastindia exhibition to be held at Pragati Maidan 2022, Delhi. Back to Pragati Maidan after two events, and we hope that it is a beautifully constructed Pragati Maidan now, so we'll be having a greater world-class facility, and every exhibitor will be enjoying it. As usual, Plastindia is growing strength to strength after each exhibition, and this time will be also like that only, because 1 year has gone in COVID, and now after 4 years it will be held. Industry is waiting for Plastindia to be held so that they get the growth. Normally, Plastindia exhibition plus other national exhibitions, but basically Plastindia, they give impetus to the growth of plastic industry of India, and we have witnessed it from when I was there in 2006 to 2009. We have witnessed that there was a big jump, and all the exhibition have witnessed jump. So it is extremely good exhibition for the plastic industry of India. It is one of the tallest exhibition in the world, and our team of Jigish Bhai and Ajay Bhai Shah is doing wonderfully well. I wish them all the success, and see you at Plastindia 2022 without any disturbance. Because of the COVID, we are little held back, but I hope that everything will be streamlined and we go from strength to strength and give impetus, more impetus to the growth of plastic industry of India. Thank you.
My dear members in plastic fraternity in India, Plastindia Foundation has put India on international platform. We continuously grow between 12 to 15% on a last decade. We have mastered the recycling technology at a minimum cost. Use of engineering plastic is also phenomenal. Government has taken skill development as a priority, and many tech centers will be operated soon. We have to emerge as a quantitative manufacturing hub with the international standards. PPP is on the card with processing industry in all regions. Investment in petrochemicals and chemical is already planned. We are committed to a green earth environment. Forthcoming exhibition will be a great success in a newly furnished ground. We wish Plastindia Foundation and President Jigish a monumental event reaching greater milestones. Bipin.
My best wishes to Plastindia team 2022 at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi.
Plastindia exhibition is the most sought after plastic industry exhibition organized by biggest plastic industry organization in the world. It is eagerly awaited world over, and this time the wait is bit longer, and since the wait is longer, the results are going to be sweeter and better. We hope Plastindia 2022 will bring before us the newer technologies, newer innovation for all segments of plastic industry.
My dear friends of Indian plastic industry, it's indeed very heartening to know this Plastindia exhibition 2022 is being held at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi next year. After a lapse of 7 years, as we all know that the two previous Plastindia exhibitions were held at Ahmedabad. The committee members of Plastindia exhibitions will have to work extra hard for the success of this exhibition, as we are beset with disturbances and related challenges due to COVID-19 pandemic in India as well as abroad. I hope and firmly believe that the situation would become normal in times to come. I convey my best wishes to Sri Jignesh Bhai, Sri Ajay Shah, and all the committee members of Plastindia Foundation Committee as well as various other committees who would be looking after this, holding this exhibition for a grand success and a grand successful event like last plastic exhibitions. Once again, my best wishes for a very successful event. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of CPMA, the Chemicals and Petrochemical Manufacturing Association of India, our very best wishes to the curtain raiser event for launch of Plastindia 2022 exhibition. All through this last several decades, the plastic industry has played a very vital role, and there is no better platform than the Plastindia Foundation, which has really united all aspects of our industry under one common umbrella. If the vital contribution made by our industry has saved millions of human lives in this current pandemic, Plastindia Foundation's upcoming exhibition will be the best place to showcase our strength, our vital contribution which touches every aspect of human life. Once again, our very best wishes to this mega event which is just around the corner. Jai Hind.
Friends, I am indeed delighted to learn that Plastindia Foundation has decided to organize the next edition of Plastindia exhibition in the year 2022. I wish the event a great success and strongly recommend that the plastic fraternities should extensively participate and take best use of this event. Thank you.
I wish the team Plastindia 2022 a great success as they lead the global plastic industry towards reinventing plastics for the future. I invite all my colleagues from the plastic industry to convene into New Delhi, India, to witness what the collective will of the industry can do to make good better than the best.
Thank you so much for being a part of this event. We look forward to walking proudly with you from 17th to 21st of February 2022 at Pragati Maidan, New Delhi. See you.
Thank you, Goyalji.